Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. This podcast episode is a speech from J.R.'s father at the Republican rally for Republican Senator of Mitch McConnell, June 11th, 1996, Frankfort, Kentucky. Thank you. Thank you all. You might ask, how is a little-known oil man doing some wildcatting back in the 1960s go up to be a businessman in Nashville and later power broker in D.C., be invited to speak at a rally for the Senator Mitch McConnell, fine Republican and even finer gentleman. Tomorrow, as administrator for the Entrepreneurial Affairs Administration, which is an arm of the Office of Congressional Media Affairs, the Small Business Administration, I'm going to be introducing some legislation that has bipartisan support, and also some legislation that might be controversial and against what is the will of some of the top cats in the Clinton administration I'd ask for. These are my summer legislative points, and I'm sure your fine senator here will be able to support them. First off, a Small Business Jobs Protection Act cuts taxes and puts more money in boosting the economy. That is one of the few legislative proposals from the Clinton administration that is going on. Now, I predict that around July there is going to be called a battle of the bulbs, a battle of the wallet of the federal budget. That's why my hope is to be able to act smoothly, as I'm taking a leave of absence the first week of July. Alright? Now, so that we're not playing around, I'm hoping this legislation passes with bipartisan support, like the president promises, and sometimes fails, and often fails to deliver. My second proposed legislation. With this, I also have my children in mind. I have 3 lovely children. Liberators of freedom they are, all 3 of them, in whatever respective station in life they chose to be. Faith-based resources for small business. There's no reason why we can't have more public-private partnerships in order to deal with this problem. Twice I have submitted it to Congress. The first time it passed the House unanimously. with a rather large margin. But it was killed in the Senate. The second time, it was passed by a slightly smaller margin in the House, but then the Senate narrowly passed it, and President Clinton vetoed it. We're here to send you a message, Mr. President. Start listening to more of the American people. Now, I'm aware of what's going on in the world around us, in this country. Some of the church burnings. I don't care who you are, if you're doing that, stop it. There's plenty of fine church-going people of any race and size. I spent most of my early life on the Montana farm, and my father and grandfather on my dad's side taught me that racism is evil. Of course, when I was 15, I moved to Texas. Some of the people had problems with integration. I know my senior year in high school, towards graduation, this kid was mad at me because I was seeing this girl that was black. I told him, let's go meet in the back of the gym. See who gets beat the hell out of. He learned not to have a racist mouth around me. Now, I gotta say this. We need to have the same attitude from what's going on in D.C. Some of these liberal rascals sending their propaganda. Condoms for kids. I mean, come on. I am a moderate on certain positions. Condoms for our kids, saying they're going to do it anyway. I have a huge problem with that. And what do you say, folks? If we kick the hell out of liberal propaganda, send most of those people back home. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I didn't come up here to talk about a bunch of social issues. I do my best to stay out of that. But I draw the line and take my stand where I feel like there's a need in the economy. Not just for me, for my children. I want my children to have a better life. And not just because their daddy gave them the fortune in the oil fields or country music or whatever. But because their daddy wants a better America. And I know many of you people here in this audience in Frankfort want a better America where we re-elect Mitch McConnell, Senator of Mississippi, Senator of Kentucky in '96. Let me give you this final quote by John F. Kennedy. Ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So therefore, go forth and prosper. I hope you enjoyed listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the adventure. This is the J.R. Hendrick, and this is James Hendrick of Power Never saying until next time, get ready for the rest of the story. It's going to get a bit bumpy from here.